Be honest, how often are you working back late an extra hour or two just to try and catch up? You think it's because your workload's too big or you need better time management skills. But the real reason is it's a hidden office habit that almost everyone is guilty of. It looks harmless and everyone does it, but the reality is it piles up half-finished work that traps you into working late. I'm James Hill and I've seen how batching traps whole teams into working late. And I help leaders and their teams spot batching so they can finally get their time back. In this video, I'm going to teach you what batching is, why it makes your to-do list explode, and how one-piece flow can set you free. Here's how batching shows up in the office. You save a bunch of emails for Friday because it's more efficient for you to send them all at once. Then your manager and customer come up to you with an urgent request that must be done right away. You then have to leave that request to go into another meeting, leaving the other task half done. By the end of the week, you've got 5 to 10 things that are half finished, none of them are completed, and you're staring at a whole mountain of work in progress. This is why you're working late. It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you don't care. It's because batching has set you up to fail. Batching is when you park work instead of finishing it. In the factory, batching shows up as half-finished product laying around the factory floor. We call this inventory, and this inventory costs money, it takes up space, and it deteriorates the longer it sits around. In the office, batching shows up as that half-finished email, that draft report, and that delayed decision. The longer you leave these tasks, the worse they get. You forget key details, you have to retrace your old steps, and you introduce errors. And instead of pushing work out the door, you end up carrying a bigger pile around with you every single day. Batching may make you feel productive, but it's really just delaying chaos. Batching creates invisible work in progress. That need-to-do list that you have is just inventory waiting around. And that inventory waiting around causes more rework, you lose context, and you miss details. But the biggest truth of all is you're not actually delivering anything. Batching delays value. You're not finishing anything. You look busy, but you're not productive. The opposite of batching is one-piece flow. One-piece flow is when you start something and you finish. Instead of leaving those emails for Friday, you open them up in short bursts and close them out. Instead of leaving that half-finished report, you finish the draft and you send it out. And instead of going to that meeting and deferring that decision, you make the decision in the meeting. One-piece flow looks smaller in the moment, but it moves work faster, cleaner, and with less stress. You spend less time reworking and retyping and more time making progress. One-piece flow is how you leave work on time without the guilt. Now, I know the most common rebuttal here. If I could finish those emails and that report then and there, I would. But the reality is I always get pulled away and distracted. And my answer is, you're right. Those interruptions are real and they happen in every office. But here's the key. You need to recognize that you are batching and understand that one-piece flow is all about continuous movement through a task. You don't stop. So when something does interrupt you, that's your signal. Don't just accept it, raise it with your team, raise it with your leader. And if you are a leader, that's when you need to be looking for that stop of flow in your Gemba walks. Understand what's stopping your people from moving through a task. Because when you understand what those interruptions are and how they stop flow, then you can fix them together. And then that's how you turn flow into the norm rather than the exception. Think about it. Before, your desk was covered in half-finished tasks and sticky notes. After, your work moves more smoothly across the board, one task at a time through to done. When you stop batching and you start flowing, your time comes back. Stress drops, productivity rises, and your team feel it too. So leaders, if you want your team to stop working late, you need to stop telling them to manage their time better and prioritize their tasks differently. You need to help them to stop batching and start flowing. If this has opened your eyes, please share it with your team. Because when everyone understands the hidden cost of batching, that's when real change starts. And if you've enjoyed this video and you're looking for more ways to bring lean into the office to get your time back, please subscribe and keep learning with me.